They run. This is Cohen. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Lock in. Red, up. Go, 80. 18. Red, up. Run.
On second down, Trubisky. Over the middle, complete. That's Cohen. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is Cohen. And some room to maneuver. Evades him at the 20. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now the Notre Dame man. This is Theo Riddick. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
The reason that counter or misdirection plays work so well is that usually you've given them a reason to think that everything's going to the direction it starts initially. You've run that type of a play throughout the game. You've given them that look. And now you're going to counter things and bring it back the other way. Almost a tendency breaker at times. And a lot of it is making sure that you have an illusion, almost like a magician. Look over here, but the play is actually happening over there, and that's where a running back's vision comes into play. See the hole in a place where people don't expect and get there with some speed. And that's exactly what he did on that play.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Second and 10, Stafford again. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. To give him 17 yards that time, as that'll move the chains. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now it's Stafford. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Eddie Goldman able to swamp him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. From the gun, here's Stafford. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Adrian Amos, the safety, able to make the play. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. And he fires one, but incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
The first carry here for Ty Montgomery. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Gotta go.
Trubisky now to throw on third down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
This is brought in at the 21. It's a net of 40 there. Punt of 48 and a return of 8. And the Lions will take over. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Akeem Hicks in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
Set, waiting.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Here we go.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Sliding out of the pocket. His throw incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Everyone come set. Waiting. So here.
They go back to the ground with Johnson. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Back to throw. Stafford. He rifles one that's intercepted. Deion Bush with a pick. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they're getting blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll start with a give to Cohen. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Go. Hey, gotta go.
On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. And that is incomplete.
All right, let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys, because the offensive guys are always taught, find the 1st down sticks and make the play. Well, on defense, what do you want to do? Guard the 1st down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the 1st down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, Stafford. And his throw here's incomplete. Adrian Amos, the safety, able to make the play. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
The Lions on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Stafford. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it. Somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Allen Robinson, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Bears will extend their lead.
Sometimes when I see these types of plays executed, I think of basketball. Guys boxing other guys off to go out and get a rebound.
And he got the rebound right there, but the defense was really placed well.
Yeah, they were right there. I mean, that's where it's really tough for a defender. When you're in the right spot, you're draped on the guy catching the ball, yet he still comes down with it.
On the return, here's a dangerous Cordero Patterson. And an out Cordero Patterson, the 30, past the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. Cordero Patterson, his first touchdown of the year. And the Lions have got it back to a 1-score game. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get him in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over. This game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Oh, well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Onto the field now come the Bears. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 21. Now it's Trubisky. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Lock in.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. Red, up. Move. Red, up.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Trubisky finding the former Eagle Burton for the Chicago first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the toss, Cohen. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. Flush to his right. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Burton. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Give him 30 yards there. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. This is Cohen on the toss. And he loses the football a second time. And the Lions have recovered. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Following the fumble recovery, Stafford. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Stafford on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's James. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. On 2nd down, here's Stafford. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath, nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number. Not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Here's Stafford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35, the 40, 30, the 20. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Johnson, the intended target. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Now Cohen. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured bear on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Gotta go. Good.
This is Howard on second down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On 3rd down, this is Howard. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. As the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. And his kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Here we go.
On first down, Stafford here. He hits Riddick underneath. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll be a second down. Stafford barking out signals and trying to get his guys set quickly. The final shot before the break, Stafford. He's going to, and for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 18, and he will score. Touchdown, Chicago.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski, and that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. To throw is Stafford. This is Riddick on the screen. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
On the ball, on the ball.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And this is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. On 2nd and 10, Stafford. And he comes back with one complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. To the right and complete to Galladay. And he lost the football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Now I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not there for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Dancing to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Khalil Mack in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. From the gun, here's Stafford. It's caught. Jones. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll bring up a second down. Now it's Stafford. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass, and sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. In for the score. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And oh, he spins past him and into space. And now nothing but green ahead of him. 20. Touchdown, Chicago. Ty Montgomery officially with a return of 108 yards. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Oh, eluding the tackle. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now Stafford. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Leonard Floyd, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On first, they go right back to Howard. And he'll get this down only to the 18. The tackle there by Eli Harold.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
The Bears on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. Trubisky with a give to Howard. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And this one is right through. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
So here come the Lions now. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 23. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. Now a 1st down throw. Stafford looking downfield for Jones. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes his quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. That catch puts him right at 100 yards receiving now, and it also gives him a 1st down. Stafford, he couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Campbell. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Now Stafford, and that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Back to the air. Stafford on 2nd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Throwing is Stafford out to the flat for Reddick. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. And no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. On 1st and 10, Stafford.
If he indeed got it, he didn't get it by much. This is a great push up front, but I think the nose of the football does make it over the line to gain. And whoa, that was definitely cutting it close.
They go play action here on 1st down. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Leonard Floyd in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Theo Riddick, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. Finding room at the 30. And finally brought down at the 34-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. And now it's 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Bears on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And this is going to be incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 16. The shotgun snap for Stafford. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Khalil Mack. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they work this out past the 25. So a good pick up there of 20 yards. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
Caught on the right side by Jones. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A very solid gain of 27. Stafford on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Second and 10, Stafford again. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. And defensively trying to beat the 2-minute warning with a timeout, and they do. Calling it with 2:04 left. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. They go with Howard again. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, they run with Howard. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Red, go, ready!
Again, it's Howard. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. And an alley to run.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
The Bears on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Come on, gotta go.
Trubisky will throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down. Back to throw, Stafford. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Jumbo!
Throwing again. Stafford had his hands on it but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Khalil Mack. Past the 20. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a